Yeah, I know you've tried to set me up with people before. And I'm like,
I
why would
did.
you do that to people? You got enemies?
Oh man, you talking about Chrissy?
Yeah.
I
I'm
thought
like,
that was
Chris
a
is a
good
nice.
match.
It is a good match, but at the same time, like, I'm a terrible significant other. So why would you that's your employee? Why would you put her through the heartbreak there?
Nah, I disagree with that, Beef. I think you're a good person with a big heart and a great voice.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we're live here on the podcast broadcast, so we're streaming that. Mari should be joining us soon, and hopefully she pops in before you leave. And then you got a hard out at 9. You got meetings and stuff you got to do.
I do, buddy. Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, hey, you're a busy man, and I appreciate that. I mean, hell, you're a professor. Dude, did you hear about that guy who was going to try to do a mass shooting for fraternities and sororities? Did they do a mass email for that for all staff?
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scary thing, huh?
Super scary.
Yeah. What the hell?
Well, luckily, these dipshits like to announce it on social media before they do anything, and that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and thankfully somebody took it seriously and reported it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's terrifying. This calendar year has been a scary year on campus. I mean, there was a professor who was shot and killed,
Yeah, just over a year ago.
Yeah. Do I need to? I shouldn't bring this up. I don't want to get you all nervous to go into work. I apologize.
No, it's all good, man.
Unfortunately,
I mean,
that's just
living in America.
Living in America, for real. James Brown did not think about including that in his lyrics, but he should have, Like, hop, get down, hop behind something, watch out. Living in America. What? Is that not a good, appropriate remix? I mean, it is a scary time to be in America.
I don't even think living in America is James Brown. Yeah.
Does it not? I'm sure he did a cover. Oh, yes. And thank you, Jeff. We finally made it past 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's a big deal. Now I'm working on the process of monetizing and getting my $17 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that will go towards resources like buying us lunch. But
chucking Weirdo $2.
Yes, absolutely. So that's super nice. Kind of growing. Everything is going kind of good on that. And I'm feeling pretty good. So, and it's thanks to, our friends like you, Shane, participating here on the show. Now, I want to talk about the Loft movie theater. You know a lot of that stuff off the top of your head.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It is exciting because that's right down the street from me. And I know it's a little further from you because you live in a very hip part of town. I'm assuming, I don't know. I've never been invited to your house, but yeah, this Loft, this remodel that they're doing, renovation, looks so sick. I'm like, this is the spot I'm gonna be at because it's literally like walking distance. So I'm gonna be there all the time. First, I love movies, right?
Yeah.
And then second, I love drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they have food too. And I love food. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. We started early. It's good to see the early comments and congratulations. And joining us via satellite is Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. And the first thing I want to talk about with Shane was news that broke by Tucson Foodie earlier this week about the Loft's renovation plans, because I am so excited about what they're going to be doing at the Loft and the future of the Loft. Now, Loft has always been a hit place for cinephiles out there who like to grab a cocktail. It's a pretty good date night, not a first date night, but a good fifth date night. You know what I mean? When you're, because
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, first date night, you want to have conversation. You want to get to know the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But once you already know the person, you already kind of like bumped uglies and you guys are comfortable with each other, then you could sit in silence and enjoy a great movie and cocktails and the environment that the Loft has to offer. But what they're going to do is essentially put the Loft on steroids, right?
Yeah, man. They're building an extra screen. They're building an open air cinema in the middle. Do you have the floor plan? Look at that.
I do. Look at this floor plan.
A huge new lobby. And then the lobby that exists is going to become a lounge and this whole concession area and a rooftop bar.
Dude,
Whoa.
Yeah, have you
Yeah.
been
That's
keeping
cool.
track and count of how many rooftop bars we have in town? I think that's a good like tally number to kind of keep track of, because I know there's been new ones that opened up recently. But
Yeah,
how many
Riley.
exactly do we have in town?
There really aren't that many, Beef. I mean,
They're
off the top
growing
of my
though.
head, there's Riley, there's Playground, there's
Right.
the one at the the AC Hotel,
Yeah.
and that's all the three I can think of. Can you think of any
Nice.
others?
No, but I'm on a tight budget, so those are expensive cocktails, but I do want to go to all of them. But three right off the bat, the Loft one is different because it's not necessarily downtown, it's midtown.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got different perspective and view,
Mhm.
and that's going to be on top of their like where they have the main theater. So it's going to be even higher, like 3 stories up in a way.
Yeah, and way off the ground. You'll get great views of the city and the mountains. That'll be
See,
awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
Well,
I
I'm
know,
looking
me
at this
too.
floor plan, and can we look at the difference between the new women's restroom and the new men's restroom?
Whoa, look at the new women's restroom.
Like, it's huge,
High
right?
capacity, double the
Look
size.
at that.
It looks like a club, honestly. A women's restroom. See, I think the Loft, and I love what they're doing here, and I think they're designing this right in so many different ways. But making a women's restroom large and comfortable for women is very important. So it looks like just a huge area, which I'm sure will be kind of decked out
Mhm.
and be very chic. It would just be like the place to pee at in town.
Right, like that's something you wouldn't normally think of, but like I've been to places where I'm like, just go to the bathroom. It's like, yeah, whatever. But going to some places where I'm like, this is nice. Like,
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
yeah.
Knowing how
so-
to treat a lady right.
Their
Mhm.
existing lobby that they have right now is going to become a lounge. So, have you talked to the owners of the Loft, and what do they expect to be doing in that lounge? Like, you're talking DJs, special events, stuff like that?
Yeah, it's definitely intended to be a place where you can just hang out, have a drink. Maybe a lot of people will go to their, what do you call them, where they do a series of movies by
Yeah.
a same director or a theme. Well, they'll catch 2 or 3 movies back to back. So you just grab lunch, use the giant woman's restroom, have a bite, go back and see another movie.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. And so, initially, I mean, right now, the Loft only has 1 screen, or do they have 2 screens?
They actually have 3 screens. So they have the main
Okay.
screen. There's one above the existing lobby, which won't exist anymore. So I'm guessing that the lobby is going to have really high ceilings. Or they're
Nice.
just going to use that for storage. But then they already have the one to the east in a separate building. That's going to be expanded north for a second screen. And then they're building that open air cinema right in the middle between them, which is awesome. It's going to connect that whole campus.
Yes, yeah, the open air cinema. What a great way to be able to enjoy a movie on a huge screen out there, and it'd be surrounded. And obviously, on nice nights, it'll be perfect. There'll be some nights that won't be ideal for watching any movies out there, but they're fine with that because they have 3 additional screens, which also is their main screen is still there, which is historic and has plenty of seating. How long is construction for something so massive going to take the Loft?
Well, I'm not sure, but they say 2024. So I'm guessing it'll take a year. And they're going to start
Yeah.
in March. So probably March 2025.
Oh, okay. So the construction doesn't start till March 2024,
Right.
and then it will take about an entire year. During that year that they're doing construction, is the Loft still going to be open and available?
Now, that is a question I don't know the answer to, Beef. I hope so.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm a journalist. I ask hard-hitting questions, so that's good. Well, I'm sure we'll give an update on that. And luckily, we have about 4 months to do that until they start doing construction. You have plenty of time to go to the existing Loft, get a feel for it, because in about a year and a half, it's going to be essentially like an entertainment complex like the city has never seen before, and I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks really cool.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We'll be back with more from Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. Talk about what we're eating for Halloween this weekend and all the special events that are happening around town and, all that else. And of course, we're going to have Mari in studio as well. So it's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't go away. All right. I mean, that was kind of a tease, but I'm like, all that else. Not words that really make sense, but on brand.
On brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah, it is definitely Friday. I'll say this. Look at Mari's here. Can you grab Mari real quick
Yep.
here, Weirdo? All right, so check out this hoodie. Does this hoodie look good on me here, Shane?
Yeah, it does. Makes you look thinner.
Yeah, thank you. It's all an optical illusion. It hides my titties. But what's great about this hoodie, this is the first time I'm wearing it, right? And I'm glad that's the first thing you say is it makes me look thinner. But I was going through my closet this morning to get my stuff together, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll wear this hoodie. It looks similar to other hoodies that I own. And then I look at it, and there's still a tag on it. And then I recall, I'm like, oh shit, I bought this in summertime for $12. Yeah. And now it's hoodie weather.
Nice.
Talk about long-term investment. That's the big brain on Brad right here.
Wow, you're so adult.
I know. So now I got to go back to Kohl's today and buy summer clothes. Clearance, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's you're so smart.
You know, it's called surviving. I do what I got to do, you know, on that. What's been going on new with you? What are you excited about with your calendar going into this month?
Well, we're launching a new dinner series that I'm pretty excited about.
No, you
It's gonna
did
be
the
monthly,
Tucson
and it's
Doobie
priced
infused.
really low. Yeah.
Yeah, so you did the Tucson Doobie infused dinner series, which was good. Is this going to be something similar or?
No, this is Tucson Foodie. This is what we call a research and development dinner. It's an R&D dinner. We're doing them every month at a different restaurant, and the chefs put experimental dishes in front of you that they might want to put on the menu, and then you give feedback. And it's only $65. It's a 5-course meal. You get to meet the chef, have a big conversation, and all of that ticket money goes straight to the chef.
Nice. So what do you think the cost will be? You say low cost, so what's going to be the cost?
$65.
Okay.
Hi,
And who are the
Maru.
chefs that are Maru? Who are the chefs that are participating in this?
Well, our first one in November is Chef Matt Cable of Fresco. He's doing a 5-course Italian dinner at Fresco. And then we've got a
Nice.
bunch of others lined up. We got Gary Hickey lined up. We got Devin Sander lined up. We got a bunch of others lined up.
Yeah, the who's who of our rock star friends.
Nice. True.
So you're starting this series, this dinner series. When does it go on sale? When do you start announcing it, or have you?
Yeah, we just announced it yesterday. So there's an article on Foodie to learn more about it. Yeah. I'm just excited because it's a 5-course meal for $65. Like, it's accessible. It's fun. Most of these dinners are like $125, $175, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're 100% right on that. Yeah. And it's a tour, you know, it's funny. I just posted a video on my Instagram the other day, and my friend Courtney commented on it, and she said, like, she said, hi, miss you, and then best date ever, right? She was talking about a date that I took her on. It was a friend date. We were up at Lake Havasu, and we're partying for the weekend. It was for like a birthday or something. And then a bunch of our friends went off the rage, and we were just feeling on a different vibe. So we're like, why don't we just go do something, right? And I've known Courtney since like junior high, so we're homies. We could have smashed, but we chose not to smash. We didn't, like, it was there. Yeah, the thing was there. But anyways, I was like, yeah, let's go check out this town, right? So we went to this Italian restaurant, and this Italian restaurant's like really nice. And at the time, I was doing pretty good. I had some money in my pocket. This is only a couple years ago. And so Courtney and I went through, since it wasn't like a smash date, we're like, let's just gorge and like take a tour of this restaurant and have a good time. We have this, you got the backdrop of the London Bridge in the background, right? And we start off with a couple appetizers. We get a bottle of wine. We do some cocktails. We get some meals. We go through the dessert, like all this. And of course, we're chatting. We're having a good time. We have great conversation because she's my homie, right? So boom. It was like literally the best date ever. And then she commented and still, and I kind of ruined Courtney for other dudes because other dudes try to take her out on dates, and they can't have a better date than how I took her out on. You know what I mean? With the conversation and the food, and I paid for everything. She was gonna go Dutch, but she conveniently like forgot her wallet at the hotel room. Yeah, and she said she was gonna pay me back, but I never got any of that money. But it was still like one of the best dates I ever had, and it ended up being a friend date. Even though all of our friends thought that we smashed back at the hotel room, which we did not. For the record, I'm going to say that. What was the best date?
There's some interesting psychology there, Beef. Maybe when you take ladies out, you shouldn't have any expectations to bang. Maybe that'll be a really good date.
I do like you're absolutely right on that. And when I do go on dates, I never had the expectation to bang. And I usually always end up banging. And that's, I swear to God.
He comes in and complains. He's like, I literally was just thinking chill dinner, go home, watch some TV, and these bitches just want it. And I'm like, all right.
No, I don't say these bitches just don't. I don't say these bitches just want it. That's not
paraphrase.
Yeah. Well, you gotta correctly paraphrase because you're gonna paint me in the wrong light. But no, I have to complain about this because I'm like, hey, I'm like trying to go out and then like take things slowly, get to know somebody, build up a genuine connection. Because when you go into it too fast, then they expect too much too soon, and then things just fizzle. And my schedule's kind of weird and complex, and sometimes I have the energy, sometimes I don't. But yeah, every time I go on a first date, especially now in this generation, because I date women in my age range, right? And women after their 30s, they're like, we don't have time to waste. It's time, you know? So we have some laughs, we have some drinks, and then I literally say, okay, well, you'll have a good night. And they're like, well, what are you doing? Want to go back to my place? And I'm like, fuck. And now
he feels obligated.
I have to do it. I have to do it because my my man card, and I just have this like low self-esteem where I have to just like, okay, well, she wants to do it. I gotta show her what I can do and give that old college effort, right?
Yeah, you can't say no. You can't. I mean, there's no. You can be like, well, I think you're special. I think we should maybe take it slow. Maybe next time. It's over. She's like, okay, I'm out the door.
Yeah, you just have to do it. Yeah.
Wait, Beef, have you actually tried that though? To like be like, no, like that sounds like great, but why don't we plan a second date? Like, have you tried pushing that off?
Good question.
No, because and as a guy, you just kind of have to, especially as a single guy, you take the opportunities as they're given to you, you know, in a way. And the Todd's commenting.
Can't not get laid.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, but no, I have not said, hey, how about we do this? Because I don't want them to be like, call me a little bitch or something. I don't know. I don't know why I don't say no. I really think it's part of my own personal issues. But yeah, I mean, it's a good problem to have. I understand that. And first date sex is fun sex, you know, getting to know someone and just enjoying the night. It's basically riding the momentum of the night, right? Things are going so well. Why end it? Let's keep going. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I would not mind just giving you like a kiss, sending you on your way, and then me going home, smoking some weed and like watching a movie and passing out. That'd be great too. You know, like not a problem. Look, Shane, you give me this look. And
I just want you to find the perfect woman for you. Did you see what Anthony said here? I turned down my wife on our first date. So maybe it does work. Maybe it does work.
Yeah, maybe. That's what you gotta do. All right.
Good for that.
Yeah, but what if your wife propositions you with her mouth? How can you turn that down? See? I know. There's some
your man brain just clicks and you're like, well, no.
I know there are some things you cannot say no as a man in this situation, you know. Now, I mean, saying you're in a relationship now, but you've been dating in your 30s, and you know, have you come across kind of the same problem when you're dating women past their 30s that it accelerates pretty fast, right?
It is true. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. That is a real thing. I don't know if the women on this call can appreciate it, but that absolutely happens.
Well, she has 3 partners, so she might say yes.
Yeah, but and I didn't sleep with any of them the first date. took it slow. Like like first kiss maybe on the first date kind of thing, but took it slow. Like I didn't sleep with my boyfriend for like a month and a half.
Yeah, but okay.
It took a while. And same with my husband too. It was a slow burn for both.
First off, your boyfriend was married, so
So was I.
I understand. This is gonna pump the brakes in normal situations. If you don't, if you're two single people that aren't married to somebody else, it's easier to fall into this kind of
Fair
stuff.
enough.
But yeah, maybe you didn't have as charming of conversation the first night with your husband, and maybe he wasn't as smooth. It's Shane and I's. It's a gift and a curse for Shane and I.
Well, my boyfriend and I's first date was 7.5 hours. We just walked around downtown talking and hanging out.
And he didn't seal the deal?
With a kiss at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More evidence. Yeah, this approach might work, Beef.
My girlfriend and my husband, when they had their first date, they started making out in the first 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't even get out of the car into the freaking gluten-free place. It was great.
They went to a gluten-free place.
Oh yeah. Freaking dietary restrictions in this freaking household. Driving me batshit.
Yeah. What about you, Mari?
Well, Kenzo and I went to the Loft. You're saying that wasn't a good first date. We went to the Loft and we saw Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. And then we hung out all night and we did just kiss.
Just kiss, but for a lot. And then like heavy petting?
No.
So did it almost get there? Oh, you went back to his place though.
No,
so
I went back to my place.
Well, still. And then so there was a makeout session. So it wasn't a kiss, it was a makeout session?
A little one though. We mainly talked. It was like another one of those kind of like long talks. We went from the movie to that dessert place that closed to like that golf and stuff place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the parking lot because it was closed.
Yeah.
How old were you? 17? You went to golf and stuff on your date? That's awesome.
As an adult, I would still take a date to golf
fun.
and stuff. That's a good time.
Mhm.
We're back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Mari in studio. Good morning,
Hello.
Mari. And we
Good
still got
morning.
Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. And I'm pulling up here as we're looking at the TucsonFoodie.com, as you will. And big things happening with Tucson Foodie. As always, they just announced a new R&D dinner, and it's an exclusive dinner series featuring our top chefs here in town, some of our great friends like Chef Matt Cable of Fresco Pizza, Chef Devin Sanner, Zio Pepe, Chef Gary Hickey of Charles Steak. These are dinners that are designed for what purpose, Shane?
To help chefs figure out future menus. So they give you dishes that are experimental, and then they give you a feedback card, and you write down what you like and don't like about each dish.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's not just a dish. How many courses in these meals?
5 courses.
Yeah.
And it's really conversational. The chef's out there meeting you, shaking your hand. We do a Q&A session. So it's meant to be more of a community thing.
Ooh.
And
So cool.
it's just $65.
Wow.
Nice. And
That's not bad.
per
No.
person. No, you're talking 5 courses. Are you
Right,
kidding
yes.
me? Like when you go out to eat, everything is minimum $10 to start with.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and then you're talking entrees, and if it's Chef Gary at Charo Steak, you could assume steak or seafood that's
Ooh,
going to be
yeah.
an entree,
Mhm.
something fancy. Matt Cable is a fantastic chef as well, and Fresco's really stepped up their game as far as what they're offering. And that'll be the first one that's actually going to be happening here soon, huh?
Yeah. It's next Tuesday.
Ooh.
How many
November-
tickets? 7th.
There's
How many
only-
tickets?
Yeah, there's only 55 tickets.
Okay, nice.
So a little exclusive event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's exclusive indeed. Yeah. And
And-
we've got about half sold out. So grab one if you want.
Yeah, so TucsonFoodie.com, and this is ideal for people who, want to do something different, taste something different, and help out our local community of chefs as they decide what goes on the menu. It's going to be good stuff, some of their favorites, and they're like, I'm thinking about putting this on. It's not going to be like an atrocity, right?
Mhm.
No.
Yes. All right. Well, so that's happening with Tucson Foodie. The R&D dinner series is now started, and the first one's coming up on November 7th. Now, Matt put together on TucsonFoodie.com a fantastic list of Halloween events that are happening throughout town. Right. So like I didn't know that Casa Video is basically doing Halloween events all month long, but they've been going. And you knew about this, Maury?
Well, yeah, we go like once a week to get like kids movies. You
Okay,
know?
yeah.
So
Nice.
I've seen like a bunch of like horror movies all over.
Yeah, they're doing Halloween themed trivia night. They're also doing 10 days of Alfred Hitchcock and double features on Mondays. And of course, Casa Video is a place where you could drink and just rent VHS tapes,
Play games
and play games.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fun. Did you look through this list here, Shane?
I looked through the other list of events happening this weekend.
Okay, yeah. What's your events this weekend besides Nightmare in Congress, which we've been pumping up? What are some other great Halloween events that people could go out and experience for themselves?
Well, this weekend there's the Chiles and oh man, what is it? Chiles and chocolate. So Chiles and chocolate festival at Tohono Chul. It starts tonight
yummy.
and it goes through tomorrow as well.
That's a good
definitely gonna stop by
combination.
that.
Yeah, the Chiles and if I wasn't working, I would like that. Yeah, chocolate and chili together, and that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, they have pumpkins too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one of my favorite dishes to make is chicken mole. I was like, you added chicken and chocolate? Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, what else you got going on this weekend?
Well, not this weekend, but on Thursday, the Monica's doing their Day of the Bread Festival, and there's just going to be lots of bread. Different types of bakers are coming out. I love bread, so I'm just going to go get down on a bunch of bread.
Too.
This is interesting to me because obviously we got Barrio Bread, which is kind of like the king of bread in town, but there's going to be a lot of different bakers out there just showcasing different styles of bread.
Yeah, they invited a bunch of different bakers from around town. So you get to just walk around, taste different bread samples, and drink.
That's
Yum.
That's good because you could drink a lot while eating a lot of bread. You know, it absorbs it. Yeah.
Smart.
Is it going to be like Costco? You're just going around getting samples and stuff, a little bit of butter?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be like. You just grab your drink, you walk around, eat bread.
Is there going to be anything on the bread, or is it just going to be bread alone?
There's going to be additional stuff. It's not just the bread. There's going to be different dips. There's going to be some actual little bites to go along with the bread.
Good, because honestly, I'm all about like creative marketing for this show, and I was literally thinking about going just to get a couple fries loaves and cutting them up into squares and just having a little table and be like, "Listen to our show. Here's a square white bread."
I'd eat it.
Yeah.
I'd eat it.
There you go. All right. Well, then maybe I will do that still. And one more event that you can share with us here, Shane.
Well, hey, the All Souls procession's coming up. You guys talking about it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're excited about that. And actually, I shared the piece that you had on TucsonFoodie.com talking about it. Some of the highlights and tips that you could give our listeners.
Well, one that's relevant to Tucson Foodie is the pre-party over at Corbett's. Have you gone on to Corbett's yet? Checked it out?
No, I got to play some pickleball, man. I got to get my team together, play some pickleball, but I am excited to check it out. It looks like a fantastic spot.
It's a sweet venue. They've got a stage for live music. There's a band called Hey Bucko that's going to perform on the 5th as the pre-party for the All Souls Parade. So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah. Nice. Hell yeah. And what day is the All Souls procession?
Well, the pre-party is November 5th. The All Souls procession, they kind of think of it as like the whole weekend, but the parade itself, that is on the 5th as well. Sunday the 5th starts at 4.
Yeah, it starts at 4.
You gather.
Yeah, the gathering's at Grand Avenue.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
On the west side.
We have a little more that we're going to unpack on this Tucson Foodie write-up about all the things to plan for the All Souls procession, which is the 34th annual one. We'll be wrapping things up with Shane from Tucson Foodie on the podcast broadcast, and you can join us live, youtube.com/beefvegan. Coming up next, got your TMI Top 5 and so much more. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. Had to get my commercials in. So this is exciting. Are you going to paint your face and participate in this?
I did it last time and I had a blast.
Yeah.
After 9 years in Tucson, I finally went and did it, and I just had so much fun.
You have a really good skeleton face.
Whoa. Well, is that a compliment or an insult?
No, it's a total compliment. Like with the hair and like the beard, like with the makeup, I could see it just looking so good.
Well, how's my skeleton face? Do I have a good skeleton face?
Yeah.
No.
Not as good.
I got like layers before you get to my skeleton. Face too round to be skeleton. Okay, Maury. November 6th. Okay, I'm like, well, I'm planning. I'm like, should I take that Monday off? I'm like trying to
You should.
pick what days. Which I do have. I have all this kind of like days off, right? Like vacation days. And I was gonna take like Thanksgiving week off, right? Because that just makes sense. You get a whole week off, but you only have to take 3 days. But Razor hit me up, and there's an artist called TX2 who's like this young kid playing 191 Tool. That's got a pretty big following online and stuff. And we just got to continue our momentum of getting these artists in studio and
good.
getting some content and basically the goal now, everybody. And you guys are my R&D group, right? Of giving us feedback on how we're doing and what we're doing and all that good stuff. But you know, we're syndicating this show without syndication. We're going nationwide with this show without any other radio station. We don't need any of that. You know, like with YouTube, it's like we're fully embracing the content creation on YouTube while doing a morning radio show here in Tucson. And you know, what we've been able to do with some of our guests and resources is only kind of like the beginning. And as we continue to build that momentum and things continue to work out and grow, it's going to get easier and easier to get bigger and better guests to participate in the shenanigans that we do here. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, I'll also at the same time, I have not participated in All Souls progression yet.
You haven't?
I have not. And I've been
What?
in Tucson for like 7 years. I know.
You need to.
That's what I'm saying. But the problem is it's always on a Sunday and I wake up early on a Monday.
Take it off.
Exactly.
It'll work for you.
Yeah. So I can
You gotta
sleep
go.
in.
It's so cool. It's so much fun.
Yeah. And I'll just get my steps in.
Yeah. I know. I mean, back in my drinking days, I used to drink and walk, and it was really fun.
Yeah. That does sound fun. So what is the game plan, Shane, if you were to go out there this year to participate and just in the whole weekend, what would you do from A to Z?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to go with someone. Don't just show up.
Yeah. Don't be that weirdo.
Yeah, have a friend to walk with. Although when I went last time, it was so communal. It was so communal that I ended up like partially jumping into a drum line that was happening. I lost my friend, got involved with some other groups of people.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can see that too because you can't be afraid to go to these type of events by yourself because, you know, especially like concerts. I say this all the time because you never know what kind of like adventures you may get into when you don't have obligations of people that you have to be around. And you go with the flow, and then so
Catch up with
I
your
don't
friend
know
later. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. So I don't know if I would go with somebody or by myself.
You could go by yourself.
I mean, I would suck it up and go by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went to Mackenzie's wedding by myself. So it's something that I've been trying to embrace or challenge myself because of the social anxiety to be like, just suck it up and be like, fuck it, just go.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I haven't been able to do that for like 4th Avenue or anything like that. I'm still like a little weirded out. I don't want to be that creepo weirdo loser kind of just going into places and just grabbing a drink, being like, oh, who can I be friends with?
Yeah, that's why you have bartenders, though. So you can kind of like talk to them maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
That's true.
We should
Yeah.
go out
Right.
together sometime, Beef, you and me.
I'll
Oh,
hit you
yeah.
up, Shane. And Kristen, I was just thinking about you. It's good to see you on the stream again. We've still been doing it. You should continue to hang with us. I know you we go back and forth, and I hope that you've been driving safe with Uber and everything else. But yeah, no, I will take you up on that, Shane, and I will hit you up. And in return, you know, it's hockey season. So when we have hockey games, you want to bring out that crew, Tucson Foodies, you let me know. Yeah.
Tucson Foodie night. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were the host, too. You're the hostess with the mostest. We had so much fun when you got us tickets.
Yeah, when when I like take care of my friends at the game, I try to give them the ultimate hockey experience, right? Because I realize most of us aren't necessarily hockey fans, but I will get you in for free. I will bring you down to the glass to give you good seats and a good section where you can check out all the action and maybe even get you on the Zamboni and maybe get you on the ice to play a little game, like those kind of things.
Oh, man.
Got that power. Yeah.
I got her husband on the Zamboni. And
oh,
you
man.
know,
I'm there for that.
I'm telling you, it's a fun time.
I'm sure.
Like, and you see grown men turn into kids every time they're on that Zamboni. Yes. And then just waving, and it is exciting to feel the air. And
you're doing it.
yeah, I ride that Zamboni about once a month. If I don't have people that I know in the crowd, I'm boys with the Zamboni driver and be like, got anyone riding? All right, I'm on. I mean, I literally just did that the other day, paraded it, did this thing. And here's Shane, I'll give you a tip. Okay. So once I get you at one of these games and I get you on that Zamboni, and I'll give you this tip before you go. This is what you do to be the ultimate passenger on a Zamboni. It's a lot of this. A little wave, right? Point. I see you. Wave. Point. I see you. Like that. Over and over again, right? So it's a lot of pointing, waving. But you got to acknowledge people as you're going around the circle because they're looking and they're waving at you. So you got to be like, boom, boom, boom. You're included. You're included. You're included. Hi, everybody. And it's a party.
Okay. I got it. Thank you. I'll rehearse.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing your outfit on Halloween and what you're going to dress up as this next Tuesday.
Probably Jack Skeleton. Which would be
Again,
Skull Face, but my daughter Sally. I'll send you a photo.
Nice.
It's adorable. She's so good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was bitching about, I gotta let you go, I know, but I was bitching about it today with Weirdo that I'm not gonna get dad tax this year, and the significance of dad tax, and that is basically getting your cut of the candy that they get from going trick-or-treating.
It's tragic.
Why not?
And the
She's
reason-
old now or what?
Yeah, she's too old now. She's not gonna go trick-or-treating.
Oh,
I know, it's a bummer.
well,
And the reason why, the significance of it was that, you pay for her or your kid all year round. So the one time that they could actually contribute back is with candy. So
yeah, throw me some airheads. Come on, give me something. Not cool.
exactly. I know. Yes, but I'll let you go. I know that you're a busy man. I'll see you Tuesday. Much love, brother. Thank you for popping in and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. Bye, y'all.
As
Bye.
always. All right. So there you go. Who we got here? Professor Shree. Let's see. Are fights common out on the ice there? Yeah, dude. Fights happen each and every game. And the fact that the way that they do it too, these kids, it's the AHL. They're all fighting literally to get a spot in the NHL. They all want the big shots, the big time. So they're all like, busting their ass just to get to that next level. So the excitement and the energy of those games are second to none. They really are. And they're fights every single time. And it's amazing to me to see these guys get punched in the face nightly and then just come back the next day. I mean, it's almost like they got scar tissue on the face. They could take a hit to the face as good as a UFC fighter and then literally be starting the next game.
They rip off the helmets and everything when they get in the fights.
Sometimes it happens. So here's the rule so this is how you know a fight's going to happen, because there's skirmishes that happen throughout the game all the time. A lot of hard checks into the wall. And this is stuff that I learned just from working with the team, because I never watched hockey growing up. So they'll get fight with the gloves and everything, and then referees will break it up. But if they're both like, you know what? If they're like, fuck you, and the other guy's like, no, fuck you, they'll throw down the gloves. And when they throw down the gloves, that's when the referees need to back away. And the referees back away to allow them to bare knuckle box each other.
Oh.
That is the rule. If the gloves come off, the referees stand back, and then they start fighting. And the first person to drop, then the refs come in, break it up, and then they go to the penalty boxes. And this is it. This is the example of how often they do this. Okay. On Tuesday, we did a special game for 4th through 8th graders at the TCC. It was at 10:30 in the morning, and it was only available to those kids and season ticket holders, right? But it was a majority of kids. It sounded like a Justin Bieber concert. You think those guys on the ice were thinking, hey, maybe we shouldn't like beat the shit out of each other because there's kids here? No. In fact, and these kids were bloodthirsty. They were like, kill them. Like, oh, kids,
Fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah, it was amazing. And that's what they do. And they don't hold back. And some teams, they fight more so than others. Last year, 2 years, we had a guy, big black dude named Boko, right? He reminds me of Jonathan Majors, like, a king. A good looking dude, but also one of the toughest son of a bitches you'll ever come across. And he hit people so hard that you would feel it across the arena. Yeah, and he was like notorious. In fact, he got suspended for a couple games last season because after the game, he went into the opposing team's locker room to fight the entire team.
Oh, no.
Holy
Yes.
crap.
Yes, dude, like a maniac. And he was super cool. French Canadian and just one of the baddest men on the planet. He just wouldn't lose a fight. When they scrap a Boko, you guaranteed it was the most exciting season. We weren't even winning, but it was the most exciting season for a fan because there would be a Boko fight almost every night, and he would knock the shit out of people.
Ugh.
Yeah, and his fights were always entertaining. Unfortunately, he got traded to another team, and I wish him best luck. But yeah, it was fun to watch.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I became a big fan. So
Amazing.
yeah. Let's see. Oh, nice. Shane just sent me a picture. Look, this is what his daughter is going to be dressed as. So what's the character?
Sally.
Yeah, Sally. Look at
Oh,
there's
look
little
at
Sally.
her.
Yeah,
Aw,
I
that's
know.
perfect.
So
And
perfect.
he got a little zero.
Mm-hmm.
And he decorates. There's bats behind. He has little Halloween decorations up.
I know. He's super dadding it. You know?
Yeah.
Shane just super dadding it. All right. Yesterday we had that interview with Blind Channel, which is awesome. But right now you can't see it publicly on the YouTube page because there was a copyright dispute.
Oh, no.
So don't worry if you guys are popping in, whether on live or replay, that will be back up here shortly as we continue to grow. They were fantastic. And let's see what else we got. And you got your Would You Rathers, Mari?
I do have some, yes.
Good. All right, we'll do our TMI top 5 here in a minute. All right, while we're getting all this set up, which I have to do, earlier this week we had Herb Stratford in. We were talking all types of fun stuff, and I need to share it with you. So in case you missed it, one little something like this, check it out. Crowbot, Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Please welcome back our in-studio guest coming in a little early this morning, Mr. Herb Stratford, film critic extraordinaire. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
And, what was the rundown? Do you have that list real quick, Rico, of Herb's Halloween costume?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I know. Sorry, pull it up real quick. Just because if you haven't seen us on Instagram, we posted the Beefeater Presents starter kit or Halloween kit if you wanted to dress up like the show. With variety of accessories in each of these Spirit Halloween gifts. Herb's, what was Herb's right off the top of your head? You got it?
I got it.
Okay, what is it?
Includes laptop with unfinished screenplay,
Check.
non-prescription glasses for aesthetic,
Totally.
No.
Sid Field pocketbook,
Oh, yes.
ability to talk about French New Wave,
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Orson Welles tattoo.
Yes, it's
Where-
on his butt. We
Okay,
can't
that's
see
what I
it.
thought. All right. And Criterion Channel subscription.
That is true.
Mm.
It's true.
And
Nailed
I
it.
didn't notice the day that Rico took this picture. You're wearing yellow pants,
I
sir.
was. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my mustard pants, man.
That
Film
made
critic,
it-
fashion
that made
blogger.
it worse.
What?
No, you're good.
Mustard.
Now, Halloween season is upon us, of course, and Herb's going to give us a rundown of his Halloween all-time picks, his top 4 picks, if you want to give yourself the heebie-jeebies, and we're going to go over that here in a little bit. Before we do, though, I want to share something with you, Herb. I came across this very odd list. Now, we've done stories about people who claim to have had sexual relations with like spirits,
Sure.
poltergeists. Yeah.
Isn't there a series with Courtney Cox based on that? Her
I
like
think you're right,
boyfriend
yeah.
cheated on her with
Yeah.
a ghost.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Well, actually, there's been celebrities who actually claim to have had sex with ghosts.
Mm.
And I actually have a list of celebrities that will blow your mind about their experiences. They swear by this.
Please
All
tell me
right?
the first one's Jada.
No. Yes,
Like,
ghost of
we
Tupac.
figured.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just another reason why Will Smith can't smash. Starting off with somebody who's usually into like extraterrestrials. We'll talk about Mr. Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd claims to have had sex with, get actually intimate, not have sex with a ghost, and it was a male ghost. He said, and this is a quote, somebody crawled into my bed with me once, and I thought I'm just going to roll over and snuggle up next to it. Maybe that guy was gay and he wanted to have some fun. I'd be surprised if I was this type. But when you're dead, you'll take what you can get. Woo. And when your career's dead, apparently you'll take what you can get too. It's very odd.
There is that.
Yeah. Now, if you were a ghost and could sleep with any celebrity, which celebrity would that be? And I'll start with you, Rico. There's a little twinkle in your eye.
A ghost lady, Marilyn Monroe, just for the clout.
No. You're the
No,
ghost.
you're the
And
ghost.
you're
Oh,
sleeping
I'm
with
the
an
ghost.
alive celebrity.
with the
Well, I
alive
take that
person.
back, just out of respect.
Yeah, that's good.
Come back to me.
Okay, a weirdo.
Chris motionless.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
you would crawl up and do the deed.
I would climb that
Okay.
tree any day.
What about you, Herb Stratford?
Oh man, that's not fair. I need like lots of preparation time for that.
Well, top of the head. You know, you're a ghost. You could creep into any shower. You could creep into any bedroom. Any living celebrity.
These are Beef's blackmail questions, and I'm not playing his game.
Well, okay, I'll give you. This is why I asked this question because say like Ice-T, the rapper.
Yes.
His wife Coco.
Yeah.
She's fun looking, right?
Mhm.
Fun.
Yes. So, and she's from Scottsdale. Well, she claims she slept with a ghost too, and Ice-T is trying to pop a cap in that ghost's ass.
Why won't she die again?
This is her quote. She said she was watching TV and she was sitting on the couch and was wearing a nightie, and she felt her dress move up her leg. And she looked down and got freaked out. She pushed it down, watched TV, and felt it again, and she could see it being pulled up. And then she
Wow.
felt a guy breathing in her ear. So yeah, like these ghosts can literally creep on any hot, living person and make moves.
Oh, can I do that to Margot Robbie?
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
that to Margot Robbie,
right.
which would have been excellent. Answered by any one of these dudes here.
We're 2023 smart, bro.
We're not gonna hold it against you in the
Yeah.
afterlife, bro.
Yes.
Lucy Liu said that she also got it on with the ghost, and she actually had such a great experience. She said some sort of spirit came down from God knows where. Sorry, that's a pause. She came down from God knows where and made love to her. That's what she said. And she also said it was sheer bliss. She felt everything. And then he floated away and ghosted her. Yeah.
Man, these edibles just be hitting different on people,
Oh,
aren't they?
yeah. Bobby Brown, talking about
God.
edibles. Let's switch to cocaine. Bobby Brown said he slept with a ghost as well. He said, one night I woke up to the sensation of a woman on top of him. He looked up in the mirrors and could actually see a white woman straddling him on the bed. This is how he knew it was a ghost because he didn't bang white women anymore. Right. And the sensation felt exactly like sex. And he said he could feel everything as well. Actually, he went into more detail that I can't even say on the radio. So
Wow.
Bobby Brown smashed a ghost, and it wasn't Whitney. All right, let's get back on the air. That was
Okay.
from earlier. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. That was a cover song. Weezer with Africa. Will we play it Tuesday? We will see. It's Halloween. Oh, shh. I asked for forgiveness, not for permission.
Yep.
All right. But I do always, my theory for a long time has been that a cover song on Halloween is essentially a band dressed as another band.
It is.
And Halloween lands on a Tuesday. So, it's not necessarily an ideal time for Halloween. So how can we make it extra special? We'll tune in on Halloween for a very special broadcast and performance of Beef Vegan Presents performance. Show up Beef Vegan Presents because we got some tricks up our sleeve. Or treats. Ooh.
Ooh.
Everyone turn on the radio. You get a Snickers, just pop out of your speaker. That'd be great. All right, we got Mari hanging out in studio. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
We missed you. You got some would you rathers for us?
Yes.
Okay, good. These are hypothetical situations we have to answer. And we have to tell why we're going with said answer. And you can't say neither. You can't cheat on this. So Weirdo and I will answer these would you rather hypotheticals. What do you got for our first would you rather?
In the spirit of Halloween, would you rather chew off the mole on a witch's nose or the pinky toe of a zombie?
Okay, well.
Witch's nose.
Yeah.
Witch's nose, like the mole off a witch's nose, because like zombie, it's necrotic. It's rotting. That's gross.
And first off, it's a toe, whether that's alive or not. But yeah, it's a corpse toe. Super gross for sure.
Harder to chew.
And it's so weird to me that when you said witch's nose and mole, I immediately thought of my mom. My mom, she would dress up like a witch when I was younger, like a toddler age, like green skin and all, and hook nose with the mole on the nose. So it's kind of incestuous. So I kind of like leaning against that. And that's equally as gross. So, but I would still go with mole on the witch's nose. Happy Halloween. All right, give us another would you rather hypothetical.
All right. Would you rather own a cat with a human face or a dog with human hands?
I I have a cat now, and I didn't want a cat. Cat just showed up out of nowhere, right? And
you got adopted.
exactly, and it's very human-like already. And I can imagine getting the judgmental eyes from a human face on that cat, Ruby.
Oh,
Ruby
yeah.
already is judgmental in many different ways,
Mhm.
and is always up in my face. So I do not want to see human face on Ruby, my cat. I will go for the dog with the human hands.
I don't even want to know why though.
Well, no, because you always teach your dog tricks, right?
Mhm.
Sit
Okay.
down, shake, right? So this time when you have your dog shake, he could literally give you like the Taylor Swift handshake, or maybe like
Ah.
secret daps, and you could have a secret
Hmm,
handshake
Okay.
that you would create with your best friend, which is your dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't go dirty with that at all.
No.
Very proud of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I would
Yes.
immediately get a handy from a dog? Like what?
Like
How
you said, you could train him some tricks.
do I look like a California raisin to you? How dehydrated and thirsty do you think I am? I got
Very.
standards, bro. Jesus.
Do you?
No, you're the one thinking bestiality, and that wasn't even like I had wholesome content that you just ruined. We lost all of our streamers. They're like, Weirdo's talking
We're
about
out.
hand love from dogs. I'm out. Unsubscribe. Thanks, Weirdo. What would you do? Well, now I'm thinking dirty. So you would say dog with the hands,
No,
just
I know.
to grip your hips
no.
better when it's in regular style. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
Nope, cat with a human face.
Okay, why?
I just think it'd be interesting.
That
Like
you-
they're
you-
already
you-
so judgmental. Then that way they could talk too. Because like
No, they can't.
I want to hear cats'
No,
thoughts so bad.
That wasn't the hypothetical. You don't want to hear a cat's thoughts. Cats are judgmental animals, so they would say things that would affect your self esteem. Like, are you gonna wear that?
Mhm.
You think that looks good on you? And stuff like that. So it's like I'm better groomed than you, and I lick myself. Things like that. So I think that'd be a terrible suggestion to have the human face cat. So wrong answer, Weirdo.
No thanks. Good things these are opinions.
I still think you would go with the dog with the human hands again. Just the grip of the hips.
No.
Hey, you're the one who took it there in the first place.
Yeah, and Chef Gary said he could get beers though. That is pretty nice.
Who can get beers? The dog or
The
the
dog.
cat?
The dog.
Oh yeah, and the dog would fetch beers. But at the same time, I have seen viral videos of dogs being able to grab beers
Mhm.
with their mouth as well.
They
So
can't open it though.
they don't need to, right? Cat with human face is anime. Sounds hot. All right. So that's what Professor Shear says. So yeah, I guess we got a debate growing.
Mhm.
All right. Give me one more. Would you rather?
Okay, this one's really gross, though. I'm sorry. Would you rather lick all the bugs off a big rig after a long haul, or suck on frozen dog poop for 30 seconds?
All right, we're gonna debate
Oh.
this on the podcast broadcast stream, youtube.com/BeVegan. Join us there. All right, as we talk about would we rather suck shit, can't necessarily go into detail on the FM side for that. What was the other hypothetical? Oh, the bugs.
Lick all the bugs off a big rig after a long haul.
Yeah, all day long the bugs because
Yeah, bugs.
protein for sure. I'm pretty sure feces is poison, and so
Yeah, bugs.
Easy answer.
Mhm. What was that John Waters movie where the drag queen Divine ate the dog shit? What is that movie?
I don't know, but none of this.
And that was legitimate.
Let's be real. None of that conversation is what you call mass appealing. So, but Taco weighed in on it. He said definitely bugs. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry.
I don't know why that was up on the
I
screen.
gave you
Because
a
I want to
disclaimer.
share this.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Well, I didn't know that. I thought I put that up there. I didn't know that you did that. That's nice.
see.
All right, what do you got
Well,
here?
now that we
Weirdo?
got that fancy computer, I can share your screen.
Yeah, this
So
is fancy.
yeah, Kim Kardashian. Oh my God. Okay, how much do you like seeing women's nipples? Like through t-shirts.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
It's so weird too because it's timeless to me. I will
Mhm.
always enjoy. And I was just thinking about this. I think this morning,
Mhm.
as strangely it was before the show, just something about like areolas and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm just a fan of.
Okay. Well, guess what? Kim Kardashian's now got a bra that will show a fake nipple through the t-shirt.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
hate that. And I was afraid that you were going to show something that would get this stream booted, right?
No,
Because you're not allowed to show nudity of any kind on
Right.
here, but this is obviously all fake.
I wonder if they took inspiration from George Clooney's Batman. Because
Well, yeah.
that's kind of what it looks like.
It does.
Those are too symmetrical.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's funny too. So they're selling the THO bra, and I mean, guys do kind of enjoy that, and I've definitely worn shirts where on cold days you've seen mine. But the nipple isn't the appealing part of the boob to me, really.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean that's interesting. It's another cash grab.
Yeah, but there's something like, especially if a woman's wearing a t-shirt with like no bra, being able to like kind of see the nipple through. It's the whole thing though, right? Because there's that hint of like, ooh, can I see the areola? Can I, you know, and then the
Yeah.
natural jiggle, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is too much.
Yeah, I mean, people will buy it, I guess. But I mean,
yeah.
I tell you, places they won't buy it. Anywhere like in the Midwest or back east during winter, I guarantee you, like sales in general will be like down. And like warmer climate states like Arizona, sure, will probably have more sales than a state that has regular winter and snowfall.
Mm.
Because when it's cold all the time, you have that naturally. So why spend extra money to, have, THO?
Yeah, does it say how much it is? I bet it's like
Too much.
$120.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. They'll see it in Scottsdale. Oh, I'm like, when you scroll by, I'm like, oh, they sell tights with camel toe as well. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's next. That's gonna be
Right.
tomorrow's article. Next from Skims. Camel toe.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, it doesn't say the price.
No.
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's
Convenient.
whatever it is going to be too much.
Right. Probably 100, 200 bucks.
Yeah. Would you pay for it?
No.
Yeah.
I get my bras from thrift stores. You kidding me?
No, I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Look what Taco said though. A cancer patient that had surgery though, because like I do know tattoo artists that have done the tattooed like areolas and stuff to help out women like that. So
Yes,
okay.
but
Yes.
no, yeah, that's what a cancer patient would love to use that, right? But that is not what it's designed for, because if it was, then she would give them out for charity and for free.
She is giving a percentage.
Yeah, this 100%, selling it. This
Yes,
is retail.
You're right.
This is a business thing. So
Yes.
just coincidentally, sure. Absolutely, that would be very helpful. But if they considered that in the first place, they would just say, hey, we designed these bras for women who had double mastectomies
You're right,
and still
yeah.
want to feel, sexy in a tight sweater, right?
Mhm.
And then give them out for free or be very cheap and then have those proceeds go back to charity, things
Yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes.
Kim Kardashian's at a point financially that she never has to worry about money ever.
Right.
So at this point, it's just trying to raise the billionaire status and then double billionaire status.
Wait, she's not a billionaire yet?
Her sister is.
Sister
And-
is. And Taylor Swift just hit that mark.
I
She's now a
know.
billionaire.
Yeah,
What would you guys do as a billionaire?
fuck up everything.
Oh
Like
my
what?
God.
Like what?
Well, I've talked about this before. I have a nephew list secretly in my head. I would just I would be like the Joker with money. I would piss off and I would disrupt an entire industry. I would do things just like, selfishly and have a good time. And yeah, I would give a lot of money away. And I also, the thing that always stresses me out about the idea of a lot of money is like, okay, well, how can you help homelessness, right, as an issue? Do you buy like a compound, like a old motel, and you turn that into a stay thing? But then how do you like prevent that from turning into just basically a drug den or drug city
Mhm.
as like Portland sees? Like there's
Mhm.
Right.
issues on that. Then you have to have security, and then is it like a prison state? The biggest problem and the most unsolvable problem in my mind is that issue. Like you want, as a humanitarian, you want people to be able to live and live comfortably, but how?
Right.
And a lot of these times, a lot of people who are in situations where they're displaced from homes, it's because of either addiction problems or mental health issues.
Mhm.
And either way, you put those people in together, then you basically have like kerosene on a fire.
Yep.
If it's like, so I don't see any right answer on this. And it's
Right, because there's been some places where they will find something that will like work for a little bit, but doesn't work in the long term, or it works in one city but doesn't work in another. It's so touchy.
I
Right,
know.
It's so
legalizing all
touchy.
drugs.
What?
What about legalizing it?
Well,
all?
that's what basically Portland did. They decriminalized it, but unfortunately, they've shown that that is not working. In fact, it's causing like the opposite effect, and it's increasing crime and making the livability there being less sustainable, and people are leaving in droves. So it is not good. I mean, I understood the concept, and I wasn't against it.
Right.
But at the same time, they got the open air drug markets that are really affecting communities in a very negative way, impacting it in a negative way. And most importantly, it's not solving the problem for the people who have the problem. It's creating problems for people who didn't have the problem to begin with, right? But it's only exasperating it. It seems like it's only making it worse. So
Well,
there has been a solution.
We got to treat the original problem, not just the symptoms, like, bolstering systemically, mental health help and that kind of thing.
Early, right? Like
Right.
in like grade school, maybe if we like educate people on that stuff a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A side note, how intelligent did I just sound? Just
You
that?
did?
So
Yeah,
intelligent.
I know. See,
Mhm.
maybe I'll be a politician someday. I'm
could
dumb
do
enough.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see it.
I know. Vote
Oh,
for
yeah.
me.
Is this your voting position?
I believe Richard Nixon did that.
Yeah.
Might not be a good idea.
No. In the modern world, you could straight up not even lie. You could just be like, I am a crook. Vote for me. I'll be rich as shit. I'll have 3 girlfriends that my wife won't know about. It'll be fantastic. But don't worry, I'll spend most of my time working on my yacht that I'll get from private donors that will have me pass laws that won't help you.
Just like that.
Boom.
Boom.
Damn
Wow,
it.
weird.
I nailed it.
Beef vegan ended up on my ballot this year.
I'm telling you. Sometimes you go with over honesty.
Oh yeah, voting's in like 2 weeks, isn't it?
Oh,
It's coming up quick.
It's not presidential voting.
No.
Yeah,
But
that's next year.
Yeah.
That's gonna get weird.
Everything's weird on that, but we're not talking politics. We're talking Halloween.
Halloween.
And, a couple things. I'll tell you a spooky story here on the air, and in just about 50 seconds. I do want to show each and every year people go super tacky in their Halloween decorations. This year, it was a guy, and I thought it was in Florida. It would seem like it's a Florida thing, but it's not. They did this skeleton decoration, and neighbors are upset about this, and I think they're kind of being buzzkills. What do you think about this pole dancing skeleton?
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
I like it.
It's hilarious.
Well, of course you would. You used to work at a club. Both of you did, actually. Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Which club?
Curves.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Curves.
Yeah.
It's Beef Vegan and a 2 former stripper show.
I mean, hey.
Exotic dancers. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was a
don't give a shit.
waitress, and I got a foot rub. That was like the extent. I almost like started.
Oh, you're
doing
a
that
waitress, okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start off as a waitress and then
Yeah.
hit the stage.
I get it. Yeah. All right. We're back on the air. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. You guys want to hear a spooky story for Halloween?
Yes, please.
Okay. So,
Should dim the
Um,
lights in here.
yeah. Oh, I know. Squint your eyes. Be the same
Okay.
difference. Okay.
Okay. I put on my sunglasses.
And everyone out there driving, do the same. And this time of year. So a woman has been blaming a doll for bizarre stuff that's been happening around her house. Yeah, she's an events manager named Yvonne who organizes paranormal investigations with the Scottish Ghost Company. And she says that after she took the doll home, she's experienced random loud knocking, footsteps, and even objects moving around.
Mm.
Yeah. Hyde says the creepiest thing about Agnes, the doll, is not the fact that she looks creepy as all hell, but she was gifted to her during another investigation. And she swears that even though Agnes doesn't have eyelids, Agnes blinked at her. Yeah. And beyond that, Yvonne recalls that her Cocker Spaniel was barking at Agnes furiously as well as coming down to see a giant lamp sitting in the middle of the living room.
Oh.
What?
Agnes the haunted doll. You ever come across a doll from like your grandmother or something that's so ancient but spooky looking? Because we had one of these porcelain dolls
Mm.
that everyone in my family hated, but my mom loved. And I think it is in a trash now. I think it accidentally got broken and she was upset about it, but it haunted our entire family. And I'm talking extended family and friends of family. They just like people just did not have a good reaction in seeing this doll. It was just a doll, but it had a super creepy face on it.
Well, Agnes is a creepy name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, when we go thrifting and stuff, like I find dolls all the time. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And I show my girlfriend. She's like, absolutely not. You're not bringing that home. It is haunted. I'm sure of it. But she has said that about every doll. So I'm not sure. But no, we didn't have anything like that.
Well, it's out there. So this Halloween season, make sure when you're going thrifting, look out for the dolls with the creepy eyes because
The no
Blink.
eyelids, but blinking.
yes, because they'll be out there haunting you.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not the best kind of content. But what city do you think is the city if vampires were real? Well, let's say they still are. I mean, obviously, there's folklore about
If they're
vampires.
still real? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I mean, there's been
It could be.
documentation of,
Oh, yeah.
vampire-like people
Yep.
and
Mhm.
individuals who were around. Don't worry, that was just Spears checking to see if his boyfriend Rico was in the studio. And he's like, "Oh, girls, I'm out." But yeah, there's been folklore, of course, for many centuries about vampires.
Mhm.
So a new study has found the best cities for vampires. Which city in America do you think would be the number one best city for a vampire? A current day modern vampire on the go.
Yeah.
Oh, to live. Got it.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Like Seattle or Portland, because there's only so many days of sun there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that's pretty smart thinking.
Yeah.
Now, New York was the number one answer. So
Yep.
that's very good because, obviously there's a lot of alleys, a dark, I mean, essentially every superhero, like a Dark Knight type of backdrop is a New York setting because, criminals and nefarious things can lurk in the shadows.
Mhm.
So yeah, they found that New York would be the best ideal city for vampires, obviously population as well. Now Portland
yeah.
didn't make the list or Seattle, as far as the top cities for vampires. And maybe it's because it's a lot of flat land. I mean, I guess Seattle is a city, so there are some buildings there, but I think your theory of lack of sunlight would make it ideal for a
Mhm.
lot of vacationing vampires.
Right.
You can't go out anyways, though, right? Like even if there's like a little bit of sunlight. That's why New York, because things stay open so late, you can still I think things close at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So like you
Mm.
can really get the most out of the night as a young New Yorker, a vampire on the go.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah.
city that never sleeps. So yeah,
Mhm.
the food would be abundance in New York for sure. In Portland, you'd be very weary of who you would attack because you don't want to overdose on fentanyl. You don't know which one of your potential victims is loaded to the teeth
That's
with
true.
fentanyl in
Would they really
Portland.
be affected though? You think a vampire?
Yeah, dude. I think fentanyl can kill anything.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially the undead.
Yeah.
So, the vampire experts at lovelon.com conducted this study to determine the best places vampires based on 17 factors. They include the number of warm bodies, blood centers, slaughterhouses, casket suppliers, homes and basements, and vampire-friendly clubs.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, New York took number one in all those categories. Number one with a silver bullet, mind you. The rest of the top 10 best cities are Chicago, Columbus, Ohio.
What?
Yeah, that's odd. Philadelphia, LA, Houston, and Portland, actually. So yeah,
Okay.
Portland was on the
Oh, it
list.
was on the
But people in Columbus, Ohio are like, we made a list. It's about
I
time.
know. Now, they also included 500 other cities. And at the very bottom, the worst places for vampires are 7 cities in Arizona. So thank
Yes.
yes.
Ah.
This is why we haven't had any vampire interactions.
No.
Now, we have the sun,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, lots of sun.
Mhm.
Killing vampires for days. Everything's super flat. Where are they going to go? And then nobody donates blood in this state. So we're good. All right. So, yeah. The 7 cities in Arizona include Yuma, Flagstaff, Peoria, Buckeye.
Wow.
Buckeye was dead last. And honestly, I lived in Buckeye for a little bit. I understand why it's dead last. I mean, for all the reasons that we mentioned above, but then also for all the people that are on meth. And there's a lot of them in Buckeye.
Yes.
So even vampires don't F with meth heads. Clear. All right. So that was our on-air segment. Spooky. All right. Yes. We still have a little bit more with Herb. We're talking about celebrities who claim to have had sex, but also our movie reviews and what's happening. And it was a good segment that you guys missed. So I want to share with you right now. Check it out. Anna Nicole Smith said a ghost did it. So ghosts like busty women, busty blondes.
Mm.
And she said a ghost would crawl up her leg and then have sex with her at an apartment a long time ago in Texas. And she was freaked out about it. But then she was like, well, you know what? He's never hurt me, and he just gave me some amazing sex, so I have no problem.
I wonder if I wonder if she's now the ghost that's having sex with people.
Well, if she is, Anna Nicole Smith, I got a king size bed. There's plenty of room.
I just want to know how the ghost court systems work with child support.
Well, you know, they're not getting pregnant. You know, those
That's
are
what I'm
dead
saying.
swimmers, right?
Ah.
Kesha also claimed that she had sex with a ghost. She says she doesn't know his name, but he was in her house and just started like caressing her. And it was a sexy time, but it wasn't like sex. So, yeah. So celebrities do claim to have sex with ghosts as well, right?
Hey,
Yeah. And the more you know, I learned a lot. And now I'm just like, actually, my self-esteem is even lower because I'm like, man, not even a ghost wants a shag.
Come on.
All right, we got Herb Stratford live in studio. We're going to give you the rundown, the top 4 scary movies to watch this Halloween season. Coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents, so don't go away.
Spooky.
Rock 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents as we're hanging out here with film critic Herb Stratford, getting ready for Blind Channel to be in studio. I want to talk some movies. And now there's only really one movie that's coming out this weekend. Well, besides Five Nights at Freddy's, which we talked about last week, and I was totally off on the scheduling. Where
I didn't want to correct you, so I was like, well, let's just talk about
you know
Let him be
that's
happy.
you're here for corrections. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But
you
then,
are.
then I get told like I'm a know-it-all or something. So,
Yeah, no, it's
you
fine.
know?
It's
All
okay
right.
to know it all. When I
right.
know so little, I got to bring in experts that know things,
All
and
right.
you know,
All right.
but yes, it's coming out to theaters and Peacock tomorrow. So,
Yes.
all right, but there's John Cena also has a new movie, and I'm just impressed by his hair, dude. What Hollywood could do, because Rico, I don't know if you've been watching professional wrestling, but John Cena's been going bald for a long time, and he is like middle-aged dad wrestling now. So you see that cul-de-sac in the back, but when you watch him in movies, glorious head of hair.
yeah.
I mean, that's a fantastic leading man, alpha male type of head of hair, you know? And Christian Slater's in this?
Yeah.
And Christian Slater, I gotta say, he's not looking so good. You're right.
A
I mean, you
lot
look at
of
this
plastic
trailer and you're
surgery.
like, oh man, he hasn't had many roles. And anyway, yeah. So this is called Freelance, and this is the next film in what I'm sort of calling a comedy action genre.
Okay.
So it's an action film, you know, like a Schwarzenegger movie, but there's a lot of, you know, side jokes and, you know, comedy and whatever, you know, just think about anything John Cena does,
The,
right?
bad
Yeah.
guy, the bad guys can't see him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's just, you know, it's funny stuff because Cena is, as we've talked about on the show, Cena is the wrestler who has had, I think, the most, well, at least in my mind, I know The Rock probably has made more money, but I feel like the leap from wrestling to acting, John Cena has stuck the landing. I just
Yeah.
think he's done really great stuff.
You're absolutely right. And it seems like John Cena's picking up the roles The Rock should be making and
Yeah.
taking, right? So
Right.
this
Yeah.
is
Taking a
another
break.
action comedy, which,
Yeah.
you know, obviously started off The Rock's career, really.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing now. And also has my former girlfriend in this movie, too. Allison, what's her name?
Allison Brie,
Yeah, she's amazing.
your former girlfriend, you don't know her name, but yes.
I forgot her name. Okay,
Forget.
Allison Brie. She was from Community. Internet was obsessed with her boobs and her feet. So
And
go ahead
if
and
you
Google
were
that.
a ghost, then you would probably be visiting Allison Brie, is what you're saying.
Yes, if I
All
was a time traveling ghost, because I would go 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Better get some salve for that burn.
No, she's still a very fantastic woman.
Yes, she
but,
is. Yes.
But with that, so Allison Brie's in this movie, Freelance, John Cena, and this is not a streaming movie, huh? This is actually
this is in theaters, and basically the story is Cena's former special ops. He gets tasked for sort of a babysitting job. He's got to go with this journalist Allison Brie, who's going into a Banana Republic to interview the guy. There's a coup while they're there, and of course John Cena has to get them out
Wow.
because they're ill prepared to go through the jungle and avoid people shooting at them and all that stuff. So hilarity ensues,
Okay.
just a fun little distraction, right?
You tell me Banana Republic coup. I'm like, oh, this is obviously shot in Washington, D.C., huh? All right, well, let's move forward to these Halloween movies, okay? Because it is a light schedule week, obviously. This is the first time I've heard of John Cena's movie, Freelance, and they haven't even been promoting it on
For
Raw,
real.
so
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to waste too much money on that. So if you want to stay home and you want to give yourself the heebie-jeebies, Herb has a list of the top 4 scariest movies of all time, according to him.
Yeah.
These are your favorite scary movies?
They are, and I thought 5 was too many, 3 was not enough, so 4.
Okay. What's the first one? And no, are we going to do this in order? Like your number 1 through number 4?
No, these are just 4. I think in my mind, these are, if you want to watch a scary movie, these are 4 you got to watch.
Right.
I mean, there's others that are fun and everything, but it's like, these are my 4 must-watch films. And you have to start with The Exorcist because let's just be honest. I mean, 1973, this one, it's funny. Nowadays, it's like, oh, well, there's some stuff in it with the crucifix and there's some things that you're still shocking, but you're like, how scary could it be or how bad could it be in the 70s? This was messed up. It came out on Christmas Day in 1973. Just wrap your brain around that.
Yeah.
That's the studio going, we got something for you, right?
Yeah.
This
Merry
is no
Christmas.
Hallmark Christmas movie. This is demonic possession. This movie still freaks me out. I mean, it is just so terrifying, so amazing, and I'm still fascinated by the way they made it. In terms of, they chilled the room down to 30 degrees so everybody would have their cold breath. I mean, it's an insane, how they did the vomiting of the pea soup. It's just a remarkable film. It still holds up. You got to watch this movie if you haven't, but get ready. It is shocking. It is still a shocking film, 60 years later.
And it's based like on a true story or true events.
It is. There's lots of exorcism stories, but this is the first one that really made people go, holy moly. And, a lot of people don't realize it's sort of a faith affirming. I won't say it's sort of totally pro-Christian, but I mean, honestly, it's about, a priest, getting a demon out of a little girl's body. So there is a little bit of Christianity in that, right?
Yeah, if you want to double down on possessions, Netflix just released a new docuseries as well as a well-documented exorcist that happened in the early 80s as well. And I forgot what the name of that was, but it's new. It just dropped on Netflix. It's a 3-episode series, and that's pretty spooky too. Poltergeist is a movie that I think always will scare the hell out of me.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I mean, I still kind of check under my bed from time to time.
Clown.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Traumatized. So that's on your list.
Yeah, that's from 1982. Just had its 40th anniversary. There was a great story. Joe Beth Williams and what's his name? Craig T. Nelson did a sort of a recap of their experience making the movie. And there's a curse associated with Poltergeist because a couple of the folks are dead, right?
Yeah.
Carol Ann, the little girl, is dead. And
Mhm.
So there was a curse associated with that. Again, with all these films, excessive sequels just sort of diminish the shine. This one, it was remarkable. And of course, then there was the fact that Steven Spielberg was ghost directing it because Tobe Hooper was the listed director, but everybody's acknowledged that it was Spielberg's story. He wrote it and he sort of ghost directed. He was on set every day. But this one freaked me out too. I mean, I remember coming home from seeing this and I stayed up for hours because I could not go to sleep. I mean, it was a scary, scary movie at the time.
Yeah, so
And you
those
said-
are 2 classics, and we're going to be continuing this on the stream because there's 2 movies that came out in the last 10 years that actually also made Herb's list. So you'll be able to see that later, youtube.com/beefegan. We'll hit the reset on the FM side. Get ready for our podcast broadcast with Blind Channel next. Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so that was our tease with Herb yesterday. We're going to go live and ask for a single song takeover request. Or do you have a request that I could squeeze in there?
It'd be a band from freaking Spotify, though. Wouldn't be in our playlist.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to play that right now because I don't want to mess it up. And Mecca, if you're still watching, yes, Jeff is correct. Like that Blind Channel, just because I showed a little bit of a clip of their music video, since they are from Finland, they get very strict with copyrights, not Blind Channel themselves, just the record label. So there is a block on it right now for copyright issues, but I am disputing it, and it will be back up. Either it will be back up in its entirety, or it will be back up with the little clip of that music video taken out of it. That's how that works on YouTube. And that was disappointing because it started growing big time as far as the views, man. That was getting massive on the views with Blind Channel. We're back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. That was Pearl Jam, Jeremy. And it's time for your single song takeover. But it's Friday. I want it to be from you. So what song do you want to hear on the radio to kick off your Halloween weekend experience? The only rule is that it has to be in my playlist. So 600 KFMA, 600-5362. What song would you like to hear? I need my tastemakers to sound off, pick something good. And I know, so basically you guys have to try to beat Eric the Trash Guy because he's pretty quick on these requests as well.
Yeah.
So what do you want to hear? Do I have it in my playlist? And can we go outside the box on this Friday morning to kickstart your weekend? Let's find out. 600 KFMA, 600-5362 is the number, of course. And hopefully I don't say it too fast. If there was a single song takeover band that you wanted to hear this Friday morning, what would it be? I'm asking you guys.
me?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm asking both of my guests.
okay.
Bullet from my Valentine or Kill Switch Engage.
And I'd go Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare.
Oh, you would go with Nightmare? Oh, yeah. I guess
like
that's
that.
a good Halloween-ish type of song. Rock 1, 2.1. Who's this? What's your name?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's your name?
Pete?
Pete. All right. You have the ability to make an instant request and have a song that you want to hear on the radio instantly played. And this doesn't happen nowadays. This is, a rare feat. So don't abuse the power. Give me something good. So what are we going to play for you, Pete?
Some gore.
Some gore?
War.
Guar?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
Gore.
gore.
I don't know if I have guar on the playlist. I wish I do.
You don't think so?
Oh, man.
I don't.
Ah.
Guar is ideal on the Halloween weekend, though,
Yes.
Pete. I really love it. And
Mhm.
you know what? I'll try to upload it for future requests and I'll let you know, okay?
I'd appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Excellent. I remember you rocking out the guar in junior high.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Rock 1, 2.1, who's this?
Beef, Eric the Trash Guy.
Ah,
There he
see?
is.
There he is. All right. What's the request, Eric?
Your Betrayal by Bullet.
Bullet. I think
Huh?
I don't think I'm gonna have it in here. Yeah, I don't. Another swing and a miss, Eric. I'm gonna go to the next
Ah.
line. Sorry, man. Thanks for trying. All right. Oh, Alberto on the stream is saying Boogeyman by Rob Zombie. That makes sense.
Ooh,
Yep.
yeah, it does.
But we'll do one last caller here and see if we can get something from the playlist. Rock 1, 2.1. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Cat in the Blender, Brian.
All right, Cat in the Blender, Brian. What's the song we're playing for you, man?
Do you have Helmet? Wilma's Rainbow.
Oh, I don't have Wilma's Rainbow. I do have Unsung though.
Oh, that's good.
All right, well, excellent try, dude. And you know what? I'll upload it for future reference. Boogeyman does seem like a good request to
Yeah.
play, though.
Mhm.
I'm your Boogeyman from Rob Zombie. And of course, it is Halloween weekend. So why don't we kick it off with this? Your single song takeover going out to Alberto. Rock 1, 2.1, KFMA. Turn it up. Let's hear a little. It's funky, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
a
is
funky. Yes. In
It's
fact,
good.
actually, we're gonna rock this on our
Good one.
loudspeakers here. And earlier this morning, we did let's see. Actually, we did a little bit. We talked about worst dates yesterday. We did a good F My Life. This was all yesterday stuff that we didn't feature. So we'll do the F My Life. Oh, here, actually, real quick, I want to show you something. Chair spinning. So I was like, we have okay, so you see this? This is from yesterday.
Mhm.
Okay, so Rico is amazing. And so
Okay, spin it one more time.
on Halloween, we're gonna debut a new skit for you, right? And it's gonna be really good. Now Rico wanted to do this, and then he's like, "Hey, you have any ideas?"
you made horror films
I
back in
don't
the
know.
day.
And you've been really busy with other stuff. And so I'm asking him, I'm like, "Hey, are we gonna do this skit?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm not necessarily fired." And then yesterday, he's like, the night before, I wasn't really feeling it, but I did write a little something we could try to shoot. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
what'd you write? 15 pages of script. This is Rico's script here from his uninspired
Right.
Halloween sketch, dude.
Mhm.
It is massive. And I'm like, this is what you do when you're uninspired? Dear Lord.
Oh,
He's such a maniac like that in
His
such a good way.
brain.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Rico is the best like that. But yeah, I mean, I've said this before in joke, in kind of jest, but in the reality is, if I'm like, "Hey, Rico, can you do something for me? It'll take like 5 minutes," and he's like, I don't know. And then he'll go on the flip side. He'll see something on the podcast that will inspire him, and he'll take 60 hours straight without
Mhm.
sleeping to come up with a Scorsese like edit for it. And I'm like, I didn't ask you to do this. And he's like, but here you go. I'm like, well, thank you. So he's a maniac. But yeah, like this is all these pages
yeah.
were a script of this bit that started off with a 30-second sketch idea that is now going to be like a 5-minute opus. And I'm excited for what he's going to do with it.
Mhm.
And Weirdo, Rico, and I, and Andrew, our friend, stayed after for a good hour doing our best acting,
Mhm.
getting the pieces together, and he's editing it up. It's going to be fantastic. So on Halloween, to kick off the podcast broadcast, we're going to debut with that to make it a little extra special.
Weirdo makes her acting debut.
And I can tell it was your debut. You're a little rough around the edges. I'll teach you how to act. You know,
That'd be fine.
I told you before, and not to humble brag, but I am an award-winning actor, right?
Mhm.
I had the lead of a play in 8th grade,
Wow.
and I stole the show.
Mhm.
And it was something that everyone in my middle school wanted to go see, and I won the award for best acting, and then I kind of retired there. But you know, I surprise Rico all the time too of my ability to be able to be real in the moment and act. I mean, I guess I missed my calling. Jonah, there's already a Jonah Hill. You don't need 2 Jonah Hills, you know, especially one that sounds like Steve-O.
Which we proved you don't.
Yeah, we played a game earlier.
Oh.
Okay, so here, close your eyes,
Okay.
Maury. Okay. So here's the deal. You gotta guess if it's me or Steve-O. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
We'll start first. I'm kind of tired of hearing about this from the. Wait, that's not it. Oh, was that me or Steve-O?
That was you.
Okay.
In 2018,
Oh.
there was like a new record.
Steve-O.
Okay. Close your eyes. Don't cheat.
Okay. I'll put my hands over.
Okay. Ready? Yeah, dude.
You.
Okay. How about this?
Somebody posts this photo, or this video.
Steve-O.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? Somebody post the I can't speak, blah, blah, blah.
You.
See? It's an easy game. So we played that today on the air because, you know, we're all breaking all the rules on radio today. And we're back here live. We just played Is It Beef or Steve-O here on the podcast broadcast. And you did very good, Maury.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks.
So if anything, I proved today that I do not sound like Steve-O, even though people on the internet continue to point this out to me regularly. And I've been hearing it, honestly, for over a decade. To the point where when I interviewed Steve-O, like I said before, I turned it into a whole bit where whenever anyone said anything, I was just like, who said that, me or you? I would ask a question, be like, did you just say that? And they'd be like, no, dude, you said that. I'm like, am I talking right now? No, dude, that's me. I don't even know what's going on, Steve-O. We're the same. But we're not, dude, because I'm not as raspy. And this is what Steve-O sounds
Of like the biggest wave ever.
And I'm like the biggest wave ever. See, there's a difference.
Mhm.
Yes.
And if I didn't quit smoking cigarettes, I would sound like that.
I think so.
Right. But I quit. And now I
Mhm.
sound smooth as butter. I'm going,
So
see?
smooth.
Yeah. So give you another example of not smooth.
I remember filming with David Hasselhoff.
See, I remember filming with David Hasselhoff too. Which one said it? All right. Who said it first? Me or Steve-O?
Steve-O.
Yeah, that's right. See, very good. I'm telling you, man. You know, there's a clear difference, but whatever reason, I keep getting comments from these interviews, like the Danny Warsnop from Asking
Oh,
Alexandria,
that's
because
hilarious.
that's got over 2,000 views and growing. And like Tank, you know, we're getting a lot of views on our interviews here, and rightfully so. They're good interviews. But there's always going to be one person out there, probably in Nebraska, that's saying, "Hey, you sound just like Steve. Has anyone ever told you?" You
Right.
know, I hate these. Anyone ever told you the obvious too,
Right.
right? You know, like like going to you, Maury. Like, has anyone ever told you got big boobs? Like, yeah, dude, all the time. Has anyone ever told you that?
No.
Oh, they think it. All right, we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Back with your beef tip right after this. Sorry.
No,
I'm-
that's a compliment. I was like, no. I mean, I don't feel like I have small boobs, but I don't have big boobs. No one's ever said you have big boobs.
You do have big boobs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you jealous?
A
Would
little.
you, ideally, without surgery, if you could just make one wish to make your boobs whatever ideal size you want, what would it be?
Huh.
A large B or small C cup. I don't
Oh,
want that
modest.
huge. I just want, back me into 22, please. 'Cause
Yeah,
four children later. And
yeah.
also like weight loss too, right? Like I have no more elasticity in my freaking skin. It's annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Maury, are you? If you had the option, would you keep your boobs the same, or would you change the size?
Oh, I'd change them.
So you're probably going to end up getting a boob job eventually.
I
huh?
would. It's on my my
Wait, to go
my
bigger or
future
smaller?
plan, I'd go bigger.
Wow.
So how big? And first off, awesome.
Yeah, because
but
aren't you already your double D?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Really?
I wear nursing bras now, so I don't
Oh,
like
that's true.
know these new boobs either. Like, I think I still have the mentality of like boobs pre-kids.
I love new boobs as just a terminology. It's like new money or something like that.
Like these
yeah.
are just like milk makers to me right now. You know,
Right.
Yeah,
That is true.
They are gross milk makers, by the way. I mean,
you loved it.
no, it was disgusting.
Oh,
I kind of like a little choked up just thinking about it. But yes, so
It's so good.
so you would be that mom as you go in and you make your way into your 40s to have like super chestacular boobs.
Yeah, I think so. Get a little lift, get a little, maybe even like, I mean, I kind of am thinking no implants. So like maybe I could like siphon fat from other areas. And then, you know, that's kind
Yeah,
of.
see, I don't want to do a lift though. I still want to have the natural sag. Like I
Oh.
still want them to look real. Like I don't want to be like Kilroy.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, you're absolutely right as to why you should do that, because the natural sag is really sexy. When it is unnatural, it does take away from the sexiness for sure.
There's a natural sag and a little too, like I see forward future sag, you know, so that's why it's like, yeah, maybe a little lift would like prevent the really, really sag, right?
That's
Like,
true.
That's where my head goes.
I don't know if your like hippie, all organic breast implant is something that can actually happen to do lipo from your ass and put it in your boobs, but you know, good luck
I
to you
think
on
so.
that.
No, you can do lots of crazy things today.
I feel like as I get older, like my desire for bigger boobs continues to grow. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily a boob man, but I'll go with triple F it nowadays.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
wow.
go triple F. I'll do
Like-
one on each shoulder. I love them.
You want like so big that you could literally die inside them.
Yes. In fact, I actually had a situation where I was like suffocating, you know, this year where I was like, oh my God. And I was like, this is amazing. But yeah, so I mean, just like the bigger, the bustier, the better. It seems maybe it's because I was so desensitized over a life, you know, as I get older and stuff that I need extremes.
Well, I just think boobs are great though, right? Like
They
they are
are.
fun.
They're
Mhm.
so fun.
Let's see. Breast augmentation with fat transfer. It can happen.
Mhm. Organic.
It sounds more expensive. Would it be lumpy?
Ooh. No, I don't think so.
No, they got things. They know what they're doing.
They got things.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it says it's permanent. Because I was like, oh, maybe it'll like if you lose weight or something, but I'm not saying price range.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more expensive or less. I think it's all expensive.
Yeah. I mean, cosmetic surgery usually is.
Mhm.
You know?
That's why
Mhm.
40. Yeah, like maybe at 40, you know?
I'll tell you what, I've seen
Bang.
bad breast implants. You see a lot of different, as a guy, you see a lot of different boobs and stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, seen boobs that were just like, girl was too skinny.
Mm.
And they went too big.
No, but tried to go like normal, but it was still just right there. It
skin
just
for
didn't
it.
move, didn't
Mhm.
move. Yeah,
Right.
no skin for it for sure. You needed to gain weight. And in that, it was just like, oh,
Too firm.
Yeah, I've seen those.
yeah. It's almost like you're wearing like shoulder pads, but then where your boobs should be. So it's not necessarily you know, sexy. You want a little bit of squishiness and reality to it, you know, a lot of
Right.
squish.
Well, so do they feel way different though? I mean, like I felt like one, but I
They
can't
can, but
really
I've been
recall.
tricked by fake boobs before where I'm like, you have breast implants? And the girl's like, yeah, dummy. You couldn't tell? Like, no,
Really?
actually, I thought those were yours, but I was younger. I think maybe as I'm older, I kind of figured it
You're
out.
a seasoned boob
Man.
expert now.
Yes, I am. In fact, actually, I'm a seasoned boob judge too. So if you want to say, hey, like, hey, Beef, how are my boobs on a scale of 1 to boobalicious? I guess you could slide in my DMs with pictures. That's fine. I mean, nothing's holding me back from judging them. And I am a certified boobologist.
Mm.
Let's get into your beef tip before we wrap things up. And I'd like to thank you guys, as always, for listening to another week here of the show. And thank you, Mari, for coming in, and Weirdo, as always. Here's 6 last-minute Halloween costumes using items you already own.
Okay.
As we know, there's a big event that's happening tonight at Hotel Congress where there is going to be cash prizes for the best dress. So you could be a tourist. So this is some combo of shorts, a brightly colored tacky shirt, socks with sandals, a straw hat or visor, sunglasses, and a camera, and sunscreen on your nose.
Mm.
Easy.
Yeah, it's cheeky, it's campy, it's goofy, it's fun. And most importantly, you know you have all that stuff in your
Right.
closet, right?
Free.
Yeah. You could be a lumberjack, and I might be a lumberjack. It's a flannel and some jeans and a beanie. And bonus points if you have like kids or have like a toy axe lying around. You could be the brownie man. So if you don't have an axe, you just bring a roll of toilet paper, dressed in the same ensemble.
Yes.
I mean, you said flannel jeans and boots and beanie, and I'm like, or bisexual, one of the two.
Yeah, same difference, right? You could be a mummy. All you need is those fabric bandages to wrap around you. You could also tear up old white t-shirts into strips, use those, right? You could also be a bank robber. Black leggings, black and white striped shirt, a little black mask, good to go. And black mask is good around the eyes when you get older and you have little bags around your eyes and crow's feet. Speaking about myself. See, Bob Ross, that's a button-down shirt, jeans, and you could make small little paint palette on cardboard.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And finally, Barbie. Everyone's going to be dressed up as Barbie, but that's one of those things. If you're just a hot blonde, just go out there, wear pink, and you're good to go. Yeah, just make sure that you find yourself any guy and call him Ken. And it won't be a dream house. It'll be the back of a, I don't know, Kia Soul. But still, those are 6 last-minute Halloween costumes using items you already own. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing to the podcast broadcast. We're over 1,000 subscribers and growing. Thank you for being a part of our community. We appreciate you. You guys enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later. We did it. We made it through another day.
The week is done.
This Friday was tougher than most. I'll tell you the truth, guys.
Take a nap now.
Nap 30.